From the bed to a booth, for the old to the youth, it's Artist Block and it's season 2. It's the return, it's all happening. My name is Imaad and this is episode 26 of Artist Block. Let me just...
Guess who's back again.
I like that. That's really nice.
Jason's back, everyone.
I'm back. It's been so long. I'm going through a midlife crisis currently. Usually I don't have brown hair and black piercings, but I just...
And it's on video. The first time that you're on video is when this happens?
Yeah, this is not how what I usually look like.
Planned
It was
out.
planned. I knew I was going to come back, and I was like, yo, I got to be different.
Jason's not the only one here. Also, we
Who's
have
this dude?
recent BCSS graduate
Who's
going
this
to General
dude?
Sciences at Western University and a ex-employee at Miniso, Harris Khan.
this
Say
dude?
hello.
Hey guys, this is your ASMR Harris.
ASMR doesn't work because your mic is insensitive.
Yeah.
No!
That's why I
Before we
switched my
begin,
I was trying to look at the mic.
before we begin, and Harris thought that this is a pre-recording. No, it's not. I say this live every time. Before we begin, if you want to request a topic or if you want to come up here, be sure to follow us on all the social medias. We're ArtistBlockPod on everything. Or if you want to shoot us an email, artistblockpod@gmail.com is going to be the way to go. Be sure to subscribe to us on Google Play Music, iTunes, YouTube, and SoundCloud so you can get these episodes as soon as they come out.
Oh, he just sold out. He sold himself
I
out.
realized that
Sold out to
Like,
who? It's my
you
own
sell
promo.
yourself.
I realized that, like, usually when I'm on your podcast, or like the other times I've been on your podcast, like I've been on my phone, I've looked at topics and stuff while we were talking,
Yeah.
and like I do stuff like that. And
So now
like,
you notice. It took
now
you
you'll
like
be able to
5
see
episodes
me.
to do it.
Yeah, now you'll,
Yeah,
now
now
you'll be able to.
there's evidence of everything that you do. Yeah. So
That's amazing.
also if you want to look at the camera to address the viewers directly.
Can I just always talk like this?
I'm
I
gonna
mean-
scare into your soul.
What's his name? When
Wait, have a
Martins came on for the photography podcast, at the very end is when he addressed that, and I was like, that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
I
gotta
just-
act like it's like there, but it's not really. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
you got it's because like it's conversation between us, but at the same time, you guys are listening too.
You guys are watching.
It's
shout,
weird.
shout out. Oh, I always say this now. Shout out to the YouTube viewership. Always.
Like,
Can
subscribe,
I
and
can I do
peace.
some beard ASMR?
No, you can't hear it. Can you hear that?
No, it doesn't
No, I
work.
can't hear that.
Okay.
I mean,
It's
unless
weird.
you guys can hear it through your
It's
headphones.
weird
which I
talking
can't.
like this because like I'm looking down, but I'm looking up. and,
Really?
Like,
I'm
it's
not
like
used to. Anyways,
it's like sensual of it, but like it's weird. Like when I do it to him, like lean down. When
No,
I do
okay,
it.
here's the thing. So the way that you have to talk, I'm just gonna say this like directly in the middle of the podcast because apparently that works better now. When you're talking, don't talk on the side because yours
Talk in the
doesn't
middle?
really have the ability to do it. You have
Yeah.
to talk kind of straight. That's why you have to do the weird like, hey, how's it going? Yo, the best
Hey,
part is
yeah.
usually whenever we do stuff like that, before it was video, people never really understood
Yeah.
those kind of things. But now it's like everything's on record.
everyone, yeah, you can see everything.
Yeah.
So what's up, guys?
How's your midlife crisis?
It's horrible.
Walk us through the start and why you're at where you're
This
at.
has been ongoing.
So, it started when I was born, and
my parents weren't there.
my parents got married. They had me, and I was kind of like, why? I didn't ask for this. Yeah, that was it. No, okay. So basically, like, I don't know, man. Okay, the idea is that like I finished 12 years of schooling, and like
Yes.
looking forward, hopefully, if everything goes well, I'll be
So yeah, I
looking
would
at-
applaud, but I've already applauded you for graduating, and I give way too much applause to people who graduate anyway.
Listen,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I
get
know.
applause.
Graduation can
Yes,
be,
you did.
Can I get another pause?
no.
What's
Stop.
You
Dude,
thought.
don't. No. Yeah.
Here, you get this.
Okay, you dropped your iPad. Anyways, what was this thing? Oh
Technically,
yeah.
you can have a
You
midlife
don't have to
crisis because like you
expose
don't know
everything that
when you're
happens.
gonna die.
This is
so
the middle of
ongoing
no,
midlife
no,
crisis.
this is the middle of
I love how we haven't even
So
got
you're gonna
started.
die when you're 30.
36.
36.
Yo, we're
36.
like talking about a timeline. We haven't gotten past the fact that you were born. Like that's the only thing you've mentioned so
Oh
far.
yeah, because he interrupted me.
Okay, continue.
Anyways, so fast forward to now. Basically, like I finished like 12 years of schooling,
Yes.
and I was thinking about, I'm like, yo, I got 12 more. If everything goes well, I'm gonna be in school for.
You
like
have 12 more?
years. Yeah.
Okay,
Four,
wait.
so
Wait,
that, so
actually-
it breaks
oh,
down
yeah,
to like
medical
4
school, right?
undergrad, four med,
Oh,
and
that's
then
tough.
2 to 3 residents.
2 to 3 residents,
Yeah.
and then 1 more if I want to specialize, which
Yeah.
I do.
Yes.
So it works out to
another
11.
12 years.
10 to
Damn,
12.
that's
Right?
intense, yo.
So basically, I was like, I just want to do something that I can do. And it's either this or skydive. And I couldn't find someone who'd let me go skydiving. So I'm like, hey, why not? Let's just do this. Plus, I was like, I wonder what I look like with dyed hair.
Yo, I don't see him as a doctor. Like, imagine like your kid.
I definitely don't see Jason.
Look,
as
imagine
that.
like.
But I feel like Jason is like a pediatrician.
No.
No
I would-
disrespect to pediatricians.
Imagine like
That's
your kid has
offensive.
this disease that no one can know. You bring him to a doctor, and this guy with brown hair and like these piercing comes. You're like, Claude, right? You need help?
I just walked and was like, hey, yeah. What's up, dude?
Yeah, every single operation. We did it,
Yo,
well, yeah, we
we
did it,
did
bro.
it, we did it.
No.
Yo, he's doing operation with his phone, just like. Yo, you see the IG thing, bro?
Just like, bro, you see Drake's new track now?
30 years later, his job is to like train other surgeons. The surgeon actually gets it done. Yo, you did that.
Yeah,
Yo, you know what's
did
bad?
that.
I know how he would react if like he had to tell someone died. He'd be like, oh no.
Yo, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. Yo, I would.
You have to get used to it, man. My brother's
No.
in medical school.
I'd like. What is it when you offsource?
Or you tell a nurse or someone to do
No.
it?
So what's
Outsource.
outsource? I would outsource that.
Offsource.
I was confused. I would outsource that job. To like
You can't just outsource that job. That's
can
part of the job
outsource-
description.
I can outsource anything.
Ooh.
You should like.
I'll outsource
Empowerment.
Harris if I want to.
No, don't. That's my first time.
I
Wouldn't you guys be assumingly
there are
at the same
10
time?
students at Sheridan willing to make $10 right now. I can call any one of them.
There's a student right now that would be willing to like $10 to do
Okay,
that.
there we
I
go.
would do it for like. I'd do it for like 25.
Nah, I
No.
got 10.
Yeah.
10? Nah, bro, you're making way more than that.
You have to like.
Whoa, who says
You have to,
that?
like
15.
We make 15. Oh, I make 16. Or
Who
used
said I
to.
make?
Used.
Who said I made a lot of money? I'm broke.
Oh, that was like a reference because you're gonna end up being a doctor. So like,
Oh, okay.
but that would be when you would hire.
Yeah,
you wouldn't
like,
hire
yeah.
me now.
No.
No. We have to call them in sandwiches. Like if I like make fun of you, like tell you something nice, make fun, and then not. So like,
No, stop.
Like look, if someone's dying, you go up to them.
Harris,
Like,
I don't like you.
This is why
You're
Harrison's
like-
such an awkward spot. This is
No.
why I love
Yeah.
my spot so much better
listen,
because
okay, so-
he has to keep like going
Yeah,
back
keep
and
on
forth,
researching.
but then he has to keep his mouth pointed towards the mic, so he's like, so
I'm kind of happy I switched
okay,
to
look,
the
okay,
end.
look. Let's say like it's someone like you were delivering like a pregnancy, and like there was 2 kids. You're like, both of them died.
What's creepy
and
about it
then
is that
they
he chooses to whisper when he says
listen,
this.
and then
Yeah.
they get sad, and you're like, psych, only one of them. So you're good. You got another one, eh? And they'd be
No.
like, hey,
No.
it's
I'm
not
sitting
that
beside 2 future
bad.
doctors, and
No.
No.
I wouldn't trust either of you.
Yo,
Like,
honestly,
Good.
I see me and you.
That's smart.
I see me and you doing insurance fraud.
N-
Yeah. Yo, this is
Don't-
gonna.
It's on video. We can't do it now.
yeah. Wait, how does that make a difference?
Yo, we were talking last night
Video,
about
video, and audio. It's the same.
Yeah,
it's the
it's
same
video-
content.
Yeah, but like we were talking last night about like if you had a high school, like if you were gonna rob a bank, who would you pick? And I was like me, and I listed other people. I'm not gonna say it now in case I end up doing this. But Harris like, why wouldn't you? Harris like, why
The
would
amount
you?
of times that other people have like self-incriminated themselves on this podcast is insane.
See, I'm aware of that.
There's people who have admitted to piracy, theft. What is this now? Like grand theft?
Grand larceny. Okay, but the point is, Harris is like, why aren't I on your team? Because he would do something like that. He would just go on a podcast, and be like, yo, last night I robbed a TD.
He would go on this podcast.
He'd go on this podcast and be like, I robbed a TD bank and now I got money.
Like I can't hold it in. Like when
See,
look, this is, Mr. Fire gave
I
me,
wonder
like,
if that incriminates you.
it does.
No, there isn't, because like we're in a private setting, right? So you can't.
They can
No,
still
but this is
use your
public.
own words against
Yeah.
Why
you.
don't they get rappers when they're like, oh, I clocked this kid?
Did you say you
Quad.
No, you know they actually use it against him in court.
They
like
do.
XXXTentacion, like they use a lot of his Instagram
His-
live
So they can't
videos.
use it now.
Yo, that's
that's tough.
how do I switch this? Let's just switch the mood.
What?
Do it again. I'm trying.
What? Yo,
trying
man,
to fix
X
it.
is
Trying to
dead.
fix
Don't
it.
bring that up.
Trying
That's
to fix
sad.
it.
man.
That is messed up. Yo, I don't even
That's-
have.
Yo, I
Talk about
can't even
controversial
look at you right now.
This is terrible.
I'm not looking at you. No, I'm looking down at the table.
That's not how it works. He's not still looking at you technically because he's looking at the camera.
Okay, Mad. Who would you take in a heist?
I'm gonna look at him
In a
on,
heist.
in a heist.
No one, because I don't trust many people.
right?
I would only do it by myself.
Yeah, what if this came out? Like, what if they brought this up when you're writing your MCAS to become a doctor and they pulled this out? Like, talk about insurance fraud? They're like
I don't-
Jason Ryan.
That's the
I'm
thing,
not-
they'll pull this out.
Yeah,
Like,
I
pull it
did.
out.
Whoa, listen. I did not say I'd commit insurance fraud. That was Harris Khan, HARISKHAN, going to
You have to say a
Western.
social insurance number. Because fun fact, we don't have social security numbers. We're not Americans.
You act like you have American listeners.
He is American. I found it.
I'm
today.
American, and
No.
I do have American listeners.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Wow, you're
I
international.
check my demographics.
That's actually really cool.
It's just my sister.
Donald Trump's listening to you technically. He could be listening.
What's up, bro?
I'm gonna stretch my legs real quick.
They can't see that,
Yeah, that's just like
which
can
is
see me
great
lean back.
considering they can only see like my top half, so I don't have to like.
that's like me going. I'm gonna itch right now.
But this is what sucks,
Like,
yo.
you don't
Like
know what I
every
hit.
single time
Mom's
that I do this
definitely
podcast,
not wearing
I have to
pants.
get ready now. Like,
Oh yeah.
it's
Why?
like, oh, I gotta be on
Yeah, he
camera.
came. And
I'm wearing a white shirt.
Okay, you
The
would wear
shirt
that
has
regardless.
stains on it.
So it's Jason type
Yeah,
of clothing.
Yeah,
I
no,
got
but that's
like
your
3 Holy
character.
stains.
Yeah, it's good, yeah. He's like that.
If the podcast is a story, that's your character.
That's my
my character is how I have to dress up for this.
My character. I came from a haircut. I didn't even get to shower yet.
Yeah, he did a shower. Like he came.
No,
I didn't want to
no,
be
there's,
rude.
There's this new feature on my camera. You can actually smell,
Smell-o-vision.
the environment.
Can you imagine they made that with like VR headset?
No,
It just
stop.
smells you.
Smell-o-vision?
Smell-o-vision.
I would
They have
do
been
that.
teasing that since the 90s. I
Okay,
don't really see
technically they
it.
can make that because you know that candy. It's like the gum, the jelly beans.
No, I don't know that.
The jelly beans, which
No.
is like skunk or like toothpaste.
Bean Boozle?
Bean Boozle. They can create that. So if they can create the taste, they
I've
can
never
obviously-
said Bean Boozle in a serious setting.
You be bamboozled. So look at this. They could create the taste. They could create the smell.
You're welcome.
They could create the smell technically.
But the thing is, how would you be able to replicate any kind of content? You know what I mean?
Then how do they replicate it with taste? With the beans.
That's different, you know, because it's not gonna change. Like like content, you could be watching anything on your phone.
Can we
and it has to
change
create
the
so many different
subject?
smells.
You don't want to talk about.
What do you want?
smell?
What do you want to
I
talk
don't
about?
want to talk about jelly
Okay, let's talk
beans.
about what Harris really want to talk about.
What did Harris
That's
want?
Oh.
not the first one. The second one.
Which
My
one?
midlife
Okay,
crisis.
so you left. Are we not done with that? I thought that was a done topic.
I mean,
You can never leave a midlife crisis.
no.
That's true.
You can't. Like this is this is the middle of my life, yo. That's it.
Yo, 15 more years, hopefully. Yeah.
Make it.
17.
We can make it.
18?
Well, actually,
18 more.
wait. When do you have
Like-
a midlife crisis?
Wait,
Yeah,
you're not 18,
middle of
you're
my
17.
life. I'm 17. Okay, like 17 point.
Well, you're 17. Then how do you do the stuff you
17 and like
You're only
11.
17?
17?
Yeah.
17 and like
How?
10 12ths.
do?
Wait, so you're going?
It's when you live till 17.
I'm
Yeah,
like
oh,
7.
thanks,
Okay,
dude. Really,
okay.
the doctor really needed that kind of
I
information.
got 17 and 5/6 of a year left.
You know what brown parents do? It's like when you're turning 17. When you're 17, they're like, okay, you're 18 now. I'm like, no, I'm
No.
17. They're like, you're turning 7.
No,
you're turning 18.
when I was 12, my dad was like,
No,
"You
that's
look
what everybody
16, act 16." And I was 12, and I'm like, "Dad, I want to be a kid. Leave me alone."
You wanted to be a kid as a kid?
Yeah.
Damn, I wish
I-
I was able to do that.
I like when I was a kid. Okay, you know what it is? Like when I was a kid, I realized like I won't be able to do this stuff later on.
But he still doesn't know.
I still do it.
He
Yeah.
still doesn't know.
I have-
kept the legacy alive.
I have severe detachment issues.
Oh yeah, that's true. He's holding my leg as we speak. Oh, that's my knee. That's my knee. That's
Now
my
that
bad knee.
cannot be seen on the camera. This is why we have a table. Anyway, yeah. So let's talk about the fact that you. Wait, did you quit Miso? Wait, what is it called again?
Miniso. It's a warehouse in Milton. Yo, I
Yes.
can literally spoil like because in their stores it's starting up right, and I can spoil what they're trying to make. So right now.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
First off, how long have you been working there?
I like worked there for like 2-3 weeks.
2-3 weeks
2-3
only.
Only.
And you quit or you got fired?
I quit.
You quit.
I quit before I got fired.
Okay, so let's, because I have to create a timeline,
Yeah.
so it's easier for us to follow. What made you want to work there?
Okay, basically what I want to work there because like I hate working like McDonald's in different places because like I move a lot, right? So it's a whole warehouse. It's like warehouse shop. So like heavy lifting, you can do many things. So I started that. I should have started that like 1st of July, but I started that like end of July. So I wanted to work like for the majority of August, so like I can get money because I'm living on res. So I'm like, hey, like I can like get money from this. So I started like the last week of July, and then like I'm like, okay, I wasn't expecting much because like my brother did a warehouse. So I'm like, I know how these warehouse jobs are. Like it should be like ghetto and like not up to code, right?
Yeah.
So what they do is the main recruiter who recruits everyone is a nice guy. Can I drop names?
I don't think
Kevin.
I mean, we have done it before. You can do it if you
Okay,
like.
so basically it's this like nice like white guy, right? And you're like,
What's up, Kevin? Salute to Kevin.
it's like this nice white guy, right? So you're like, oh, it's like top of the quality, right? And you go in there and it's just like run by like it's just like the warehouse is like run by brown people and it's like it's not up to code. So it's like things are so ghetto and like I had 2 managers, one for morning, one for afternoon. And like so much stuff happened. So like I don't know where okay, I'm just searching somewhere randomly. Okay. So the manager, like the reason I quit is like because like I knew they were gonna fire me, but it wasn't my fault, right?
Okay.
So
This is when you know this is about to be the greatest story. Exclusive. You heard it here
2
first,
reasons I
folks.
quit.
Let's go. Go.
2 reasons I quit was because like I don't want to show on my record that I ever got fired, and second, like I didn't stand for what the company stood for. So one, my manager in the
What does the company
afternoon,
stand for?
manager in the afternoon, before he went to the warehouse shop, he was a personal trainer in the morning.
Okay.
So at like 6 a.m. and he used to train like football players and like models and stuff. And okay, he's married, okay, and countless times he's admitted like he's cheated and still cheats, right?
Okay.
And you're probably thinking, okay, what's worse than that? His wife has cancer.
Whoa.
Like, there's one thing cheating on your wife, but like your wife with cancer, that's just like
I love it. Looks to Jason and me for like.
that's like up there, like
like
sending.
confirmation and.
That's like
Yeah,
up
Jason,
there.
we can. The viewers can tell you're on your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
What are you trying to look for? Topics?
No. I was
Oh my god, you're texting.
texting my friend.
Oh
Oh,
wow, that's
oh,
real.
oh.
Continue though.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. He was telling this story, and
Yes.
it's not that
Is
entertaining.
my story that boring?
Yes.
There's a punchline. There's a punchline somewhere, and I really want to
There's
hear. It. Go.
there's a big punchline. So then I'm like, that's weird. So then he's like, I'm like, why would you do that? He's like, bro, pussy is pussy. And I'm like, oh,
How old
you
is this
can't
guy?
be that. He's like 50 or something. He's pretty jacked, but he's tiny. He's like Filipino.
Okay.
Michael, yeah. So and then
now you're.
no one's gonna hire me, but like
We were talking about this before and how this is probably gonna be the last episode of Artist Block. So if it is, yeah, thanks.
okay, so the Sri Lankan guy came and he owns the whole place. So okay, you're not supposed to kick boxes and you're not supposed to throw merchandise. Basically, you package and orders and unload at the truck. But if there's towels and socks, obviously you're on a time budget, right? You have to complete orders, which is like how many you have to collect in like an hour. But I used to do in 40 minutes. So like you save time, like throwing socks, and they're like no throwing socks. So it's me throwing where you are. You package it. They're like, don't throw socks.
Okay.
Or like just don't throw merchandise. So they called all the boys. They're like, it's a Sri Lankan guy. He's like, I can't do Sri Lankan. I'm just gonna do a brown accent. He's like, I come to Canada, because I love working with young men. I love working with boys. And I'm like, first of all, I'm like, this context. And then he's like,
Context.
young Canadian men work so hard, but you guys are like, not doing very throwing, kicking, boxing. What is this? Soccer? Go to playground. Like this video, I was trying so hard not to laugh. He's like, my own son worked here, and I fired him. You know what he did? He kicked. I'm like, is this playground? No. So I sent him to Walmart, and then he's like, do you know where my son is now? And I was this close to saying, Walmart. And then he's like, okay, last chance to go out. And then, so it was like my last few days I was working there. Also, if they don't like you, they send you half day early. So I used to work 12 till 9. But like I used to do overtime, so like work 10, 11 hours. So I would always come back at like 12. But like, if
Is
there
that
was
tiring?
no, but I like it. I like moving. Like I don't get tired like that.
Cool.
Because I used to renovate my own house too. So like I'm used to the work.
Yeah.
So basically, what happened was, if they don't like you or if the day's not busy, they keep you until 4 o'clock. Because let's say if they were to quit you before 4 o'clock, you would legally get paid for 4 o'clock. So they're like, okay, let's just make him room until 4 o'clock,
Yes.
right? So they did that. So then, but they liked me, so they kept me full time. So then it was like 8:30, and usually you're supposed to pack up. So then they're like, okay, complete these 2-page orders. 2-page orders should take like about 2 hours, depending on how many there are and how like the merchandise can be as little as like 100 pens, which is like a small box, or it could be like 12 like huge bears, which are like that big, and you have to put like 12 of them in like sacks. And it's like, it's really annoying because all of them are packed together. So then she's
For
like,
anyone who's listening, definitely look out for the video version because you're gonna need it.
Yeah,
You're
just
gonna need it for
moving.
this one.
So then they're like, okay, complete these 2 pages. I'm like, no, and all of them are so full of it. They're like, I could complete 2 in 30 minutes. I'm like, no, you fucking can't. No, it's 30 pages. It's 2. It should take 30 minutes each. They're so annoying. So then she's like, complete this. So obviously, okay, this is where I admit I was wrong. Final 10 minutes, I was goofing off. We all started to play tag. Yes, I'm 17. I played
Y'all
tag
played
in a warehouse.
tag in a warehouse
It was,
while getting paid for it.
listen,
Welcome
okay,
to 2018.
we were supposed to pack up anyways. My fault. I agree. Shouldn't have done that. It was unprofessional, right? So she comes and she's like,
So DeRozan got moved to the Spurs. I'm cutting the story short.
No, wait.
No,
I need to
let me finish,
You
let me
can't just
finish.
like not finish the story. What kind of podcaster are you?
You shouldn't have started the story.
No, it was a good story.
No,
No,
now it's too
it
late.
wasn't.
You see, the issue is it's
It's
taking
too
a
late.
really
We're
long
talking.
time.
To it.
We're
It's taking a
talking.
really long
We're
time for it to
talking.
get through.
We're talking about packing pens
Okay,
and
listen.
bears.
Shut, okay,
No,
she wanted
No,
me to
stop.
work.
Wait, hold on.
Wait,
Relax.
1 second.
Whose
She-
podcast is it?
we're
Terrence, finish the
talking-
story.
She
We're
wanted me to work.
talking-
She wanted me to work till 9:20, but only pay from 9 o'clock. And I'm
Yes.
like, nah. And then I said, with all due respect, and they started yelling at me and told me to get out.
Okay,
Yeah,
and then you quit.
I quit because I got so
Why do
angry.
I feel like this story could have been so much better, but it just didn't live up to the hype?
It didn't.
Because
He can't tell a story.
I can tell stories.
Okay,
Harris
hold on,
cannot
real quick,
tell a
real
story.
quick, real quick. Why did you said that you left because you didn't follow what the company stood for?
Like, cause the company promises one thing, but everyone's just a scumbag there. Everyone's just
Is
like
that not
trying to
every
kick you out.
company?
No.
Yes.
No.
Damn.
Okay, some
Look at
like
that, this is
like
when-
high like you have like professional companies where like people treat you as equal or like a good
Oh,
person.
my battery for my
You-
camera is gonna
you-
die. Y'all keep talking.
You're not. You're working an entry level job.
Okay, but it's still like
It's an entry level. It's a warehouse job. What did you expect?
okay, but some warehouses are like good. Like Amazon warehouses are like decently qualified.
But Amazon warehouses aren't some random flyer off of a telephone pole.
Okay, no, that one's like it's a proper company. It's like it's huge in Japan and now they're relocating into Canada.
In Japan, have you seen the working?
Yeah.
You
It's already made. It's like the minister's already in stores.
Have you seen like the working conditions in Japan?
I love it there. Okay, listen, you lose weight there because in sweatshops you like sweat a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what did you expect? You're
technically-
working a
oh,
sweatshop.
They don't get sunburns easily. Like Japanese kids are lucky because they stay in the basement and they never get sun. So
Yo,
like
this
technically they don't get sunburns. Oh my god, I never thought about that.
That is, this is proves that like I could literally. I just left.
He's like, we can still talk. We can still talk. I can talk
start
about anything.
doing
I
this
can.
more
It's the
often.
thing. I can fight with Jason.
I
This
just start
kid.
doing this when I only have one guest and just see what they do.
You know, it's been 4 years, but I'll still bring it up. This kid, he says he doesn't get away with anything.
I don't.
And he just in grade
Yo,
9.
Relax.
Sorry,
relax.
in grade 9.
This is not even the topic.
In grade
And
9.
Listen, I'm trying to finish up the topic.
No one wants to hear
Let-
about that
let-
topic.
Let me segue into the next.
No, wait. Let me just talk into this kid. This kid never gets in trouble. This kid stabbed me in the face with a pen. Right?
You're
Okay,
ruining
I
my
snitched because I was annoyed.
reputation.
I'm like, Miss. He stabbed me in the face, and she's like, Harris, stop talking. I'm like, Miss, I'm bleeding on my cheek. Can you do something, please? She's like, Harris, if you talk again, I'm gonna send you aside. And that's the day this kid assaulted a grade 9 and didn't get.
I was in
trouble.
grade 9 as well.
Yo, you know what's funny?
What?
So I'm a link crew leader now, right?
Wow. Wait, they brought that back?
It's actually called. It's not called link crew
No.
anymore because they're not doing everything that link crew did.
Yeah, I did it last
What did
year.
It's
Link
called
Crew do?
it's called ambassadors now.
Yeah, grade 9
Yeah,
ambassadors.
grade
We did-
ambassadors.
Ooh,
So
did it last
I
year.
became one of those, right? And
Ooh.
it took me back because I was like, I met Jason through link crew. Met Jason. That's air quotes for anyone who's listening. Nah, dude.
Touch my hand.
And I'm looking back and I'm like, dude, that's pretty crazy
Ahmad,
that like
Ahmad.
the person who I
Ahmad.
met at link crew
Ahmad,
and what?
you could have your own Ahmad,
That'd be pretty cool.
right?
That'd be pretty cool.
But don't you have to wait like 9
Okay,
months?
finish
But,
your story.
like,
This
high-key-
is... Bro, what?
but like high key, like you kind of like neglected me. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I did.
It's real talk.
Oh, I neglected you. When we were at Deccan, I'm like, yo, I'll meet you downstairs. But we met you after like 3 hours.
No, that's a different kind of neglect. I don't know. I'm used
He's like,
to that.
I was gonna neglect it. Psh, I've been living by it.
No, like I'm used
What
to that
kind of
thing.
what
I
kind
don't
of
really care.
neglect did I leave you? I
Bro,
nurtured.
wait,
you.
how did you
Grade
neglect
9
him?
provincials. I come up to you and you're in the food court line and I go, yo, you remember me? I was in your link crew and you literally looked at me and looked away.
I did not do
Yes, you
that.
did. I got visual proof.
You
Sure,
are
sure,
lying.
sure.
My eyes. You want to take on my memory? You feel me?
That-
You guys
I
are doctors.
would-
You should be
I
able to do
would
this.
listen. You did not. I have never denied.
Facts. 100%.
If you ask anyone else besides
asking
this
him out.
kid,
I'm
Have you
asking him
besides
out.
this
Have you
kid,
asked me?
Yeah,
if
man.
you ask anyone else who was not in this room
Mm.
and has gone to school
Go to his
and
mom right
knows
now.
me pretty well,
Okay.
they will know that whenever a kid comes up to me and they high five me, they say hi to me, or they say how am I doing, I never ever ignore them unless it's Kieran.
Just hating Kieran still. Yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
only
that's true.
kid I will ignore, because he's really annoying. I don't like him.
Wow, there's so much beef on this podcast.
It's just the one kid.
Is it hello?
Everyone else is cool.
Oh yeah, Eid Mubarak.
You
Even more.
honestly,
Yeah.
Ahmad,
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 this is
I want
really
to
old,
take
though.
this moment
Oh god.
to apologize for my actions.
You're
What
welcome.
about me? It's been 4 years.
Yo, this is
You
not,
think this
I
is-
don't care
not
about that.
You think this is a
not
pimple?
The kind of situation. Stop trying to steal away from my
This is like-
moment.
this is like Maury.
This is Artist Block Podcast. Imaad
It's
Mian.
Maury show. I'm sorry, man.
Ahmad, I apologize. You know what? To be honest, I guess I didn't hear you
You're welcome.
say hi or how are you.
But
I
you looked at him, though.
apologize.
You did hear it because you
No.
looked at him.
He might
You
not
know
have
what it
looked
was?
at me.
It was probably like, hey, and I was like, did someone say something? And like I
I
continued
feel like
doing
that's
my
like
thing.
double disrespectful.
No, because like, okay, here's the thing.
No, but
I
here's
will
the thing.
hear
I'll give him a
things.
pass because in grade 10, and in grade 10, everybody started respecting me more. Like, y'all friend group was not fucking with me. Like, grade 9, they were all like, yo, this kid is weird.
Yeah.
And grade 10, they're all like, oh, shit, this
This
kid
kid's nice.
Shit, damn.
nice.
I
Yo,
just-
you ever neglect people? Like I do it to Jason all the time
Yeah.
in physics. Like when someone talks and you like
So
smile and laugh.
This
I'm
is
like,
scripted.
no.
Can I tell you something? This is scripted. I'm gonna
Ow.
let you guys know this.
Why is it
We
scripted?
Why is
talked-
it scripted?
We talked about this
No, we
topic.
didn't. No, we didn't.
We talked about the pen topic. We were
It's
talking
not-
about
it's not
physics
scripted.
before the podcast.
It's just
I just want the people to know.
No, listen, we already
who's
talked
the
about it.
people.
We need to
All
move
the people.
on.
he told me no. He told me don't be
We
big.
need to do a new topic.
Do a new topic. Start a new
Go,
topic.
Jason. Introduce a new topic.
Why do I? It's your podcast.
Oh,
Take some control.
man.
So brown people, huh?
No, okay. So here's the next topic that I wanted to get into. Because this is something that's been, like,
Bothering
on my
you?
mind.
Or
Yeah.
the parents? The parents?
No.
We'll talk about that in a second.
okay.
But, let's talk about online schooling.
Oh.
Something that I like.
This
I
kid
was just
owes
thinking
me
about the other day.
$200.
You got all that from me though.
What?
Like
Now I'm
starting to do
lost.
people's work.
No.
Yeah, I started that off. I started that.
I didn't do it from
No.
you. Moad came up to me in the library one day and said, "Hey, I'll give you $20."
But
to
it's
do my
because I said
test."
no. Because I said give me 100. He's like, no, give me 20.
Oh, I guess it is. 'cause
Yo,
you-
y'all
yeah.
need to, you
You
need
messed
to
up.
open up this topic. Like you gotta explain like
Okay,
the very beginning.
So basically, what happened is, at our school, a bunch of kids were taking online classes, and
Yes.
a lot of the times, if you have money and you are stupid and don't want to do work, people who are broke and not stupid and are willing to do work will do your work for you for a price. That's
Okay.
how the world works.
yes, capitalism.
Capitalism. So what
The
happened
sharing
is,
of many resources. Welcome to Economics 101.
what did Marx said? Share your resources. That's a Three Idiots reference. When he tries to steal his pants. I know because I watched the movie. Anyways, so that happened, and he is like, yo, you know, some guy comes up to him, he's like, hey, do my test for me. And he's trying to overcharge. He's like, give me $100.
Yes.
It was like a 6-question test.
It works though. It works,
Inflation.
though. No.
Trying to increase
Listen,
the
okay,
price.
listen. I made a grand by overcharging. So people would come, and I know it'd be 20-minute work, and they would be like $50. $50. I'd be like 200. They'd be like 49. I'll be like, first, what I do is I go down, and then when they go down too much, so if let's say if I wanted 200, they're like 49, and I'm like, okay, 190. They're like,
Wait, I have a
40,
question.
and I'm like, 300.
how did
They're like,
How
okay,
you
200.
undersell them or whatever.
how did it go from I said 50, you said 200, and then I'm like, no, 49. I went lower. That's not how you bargain.
No, but when they go lower, like when they want, like when they used to be like 50, and I'm like, okay, let's start off small. They're like 50, I'm like 100. Then they're like 49.
Why would they go lower? They're supposed to meet you. You're just go to the middle.
No, but then they're like,
Yo,
because they
this
try.
is so many numbers, man.
Because they try playing me. Because like you could do it for so less.
Okay, hold
and then
on.
end
I
up
gotta.
getting
You,
higher.
you have to answer the question that I brought up. Does online schooling have a future?
It does.
Because okay, I've heard like mixed stories about it in terms of depending on what course you take. I know people who have taken like advanced functions or something like that, and they're like, no, it's terrible because then you get screwed.
I'm against like everything except English. Like, you shouldn't online school a course. Like summer school is like, okay, you make your course easier. Like I wish.
How does summer school make your course easier? Because it's something that I still can't figure out.
Because like you just like, okay, and you know, okay, what we did, we had a spare first semester, spare second.
Yes.
So most of the time people take all 8 courses
Yeah.
and no spares, and then they just take a few in summer school. So if they don't do good in those courses that they wanted to do at the start,
Yeah.
they got their summer school course to back them up. So let's say they wanted to do good in a course but they didn't, they got a 73, but hey, they did summer school, they got an 86, they can use that instead. So lots of people do that, but we're like, nah, just do spare and spare, or use our times in the spare, which we never did.
Cool.
But you should
Yo,
never
did
do
y'all hear
online
Eminem's
school.
new album? That's pretty left.
Oh yeah, I heard
Oh,
it. Yeah, Kamikaze. Kamikaze.
I want to hear your opinion on it before I give mine.
It's proper Eminem again.
Is it though?
Okay, it's not because obviously he's matured, but his last album,
Here's the thing.
I like 3 songs, but he just goes really slow in his last album. Like it was choppy. He was.
Okay, here's the thing. All right, The Revival was a bad album. Anybody can agree to that.
Yeah.
He was rapping really slow and choppy. It wasn't. There wasn't flowing.
It's not even about that. It's the fact that the response that he made in Kamikaze, and this is something that I just felt the second that he said it in like that first song, he's missing the point of why we didn't like it. Music aside, it's stupid because you're pushing a narrative that you only did because it was trendy.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that you're only gonna? This is. Oh my god, I'm gonna get so annoyed about
He's
this.
crying.
But Kanye,
Yo,
I'm gonna go like.
yo, that's the thing. That's the
I'm
thing
gonna
that
go
woke him up.
completely
He's like
right.
Eminem. This is Jason.
Like yo, literally Eminem, Kanye, all these people don't start pushing a narrative the second just because you can sell records on it.
Yeah.
This is what Eminem did. This is what everybody's doing. So that's why. And then he's like, no, it was because auto-tune, because you guys couldn't understand my lyrical ability. No, we understood it.
Mm-hmm.
We understand what you're saying. What you're saying is what we don't like.
Yeah.
You're missing the point here.
We don't
This
like
is
what
why
you're saying.
Kamikaze sonically is a pretty good album, but like content-wise, it's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just like it's a petty move to try and respond to everything. This is why a lot of people said Scorpion was recorded like last second, because a lot of the bars were clearly meant for Pusha T. And it was like he took out a lot of the content that would have just been regular old content just to put that in.
If I'm being very frank, I kind of liked that it was all just like a bunch of just calling people out. Harris is playing with my phone. I kind of like the fact that it was just like calling people out, because like I mean so I feel like in the beginning you had a lot of like you had some shady, right? That was a some shady area.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where it was just him
Best
being
era.
crazy and just doing.
Because when he was on drugs, he was good on drugs.
That's
on-
it's okay. I like the music on drugs. He didn't like it. I'm gonna respect that.
Yeah.
He didn't want to do drugs. That's
Yo,
fine.
when people are like, I want old Eminem's music. That means he
like-
wanted him to do drugs.
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm
I
asking
want
for.
old Eminem. Like I just want the one that like left his wife and like left his kids and like all these
No,
really good
yeah,
things.
the one who almost OD'd. Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. And then after that, you got like some really lyrical stuff and like some more like him saying like this is like my comeback, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't really vibe with it mainly because I never had to go through rehab. But I mean, like I guess there's some like it's Lindsay Lohan music. I guess I don't know. I like this though because like it was in a sense to me, old school Slim Shady without the drugs. I feel like if Eminem,
Yeah.
because like
Lyrical and
that's what it
sonically
is.
wise,
It's
yes.
it's him making fun of people and poke like without me. That's him just yelling at MTV for not
Yo,
letting him
it's
do himself.
hilarious that I bring this up. Yo, shout out to Michael. I know he listens to the podcast. Yo, this guy just texted me going, "Have you listened to Not Alike by Eminem?" He just killed it.
But like that's what I'm saying. Like it's if you remember without me was a little bit crazier because like he was on. I don't know if he was on at the time, but like he's just him saying like, "Why can't I be me?" And he's just making fun of everyone.
Yeah.
And that's what he did here. He just called everyone out. He was like, "Hey, screw you guys." And has it been 30 minutes? I don't know.
Everyone's
Yeah,
too sensitive.
Eminem's-
I want to call people out.
Well,
And
Eminem's too sensitive?
No, like people are too sensitive.
True. No, but the reason why people don't like it is because it feels like a cop out on making any good content. Yo, all I want from Eminem is him to be like old. You know what I mean? Like actually be mature.
Like, then what
Say
would he
stuff
rap
that
about?
the people. That's the thing. Yo,
But that's what he
Jay-Z,
did in his old album though, about like Donald Trump and stuff. But like no
that's
one listened
not
to
being
it.
mature. That's pushing a narrative.
Okay.
There's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z was being mature on every.
yo,
single-
can we
on
just
stage.
talk about 444 again?
Yo,
that was
we,
an amazing
We did
album.
it the whole season
That
finale.
was
Relax.
that was an amazing. I just
Oh my god,
That
no,
was-
no, because you know what happens? You know what happens? We're gonna talk about 444, then you're gonna go into the I Miss the Old Kanye. Okay, we're not gonna go back
I
to the
missed
same.
the old Kanye.
Chop up the soul
I
Kanye.
don't know that song. I missed
Yo,
the
we're not-
old Kanye.
We're not going back to that, okay? The listeners don't
Yo,
want to hear it.
okay.
Wait, what did Kanye say? What was the choice?
444.
What was the choice?
What?
What?
Kanye said something was a choice.
No, no, we're not. I need to find a sound effect for this. We're just gonna.
I'm the non-PC guy, just saying.
Just end it.
If you call yourself something, you are not that.
I'm not ugly.
Wait, what? If you call yourself something, you are not that?
Yeah, if you claim to be something, if you are truly something, you don't need to say you are that thing.
have a small
It is a
I'm a
parent.
podcaster. Damn, gotta leave.
Gotta be-
Ooh.
Okay, it doesn't work like that. But I mean, like, if someone claims to be fun or funny, they're probably not fun.
Oh, like
or
someone.
funny.
I'm funny, right?
Yo, I
probably-
love it when they say that.
They probably.
Yo.
Like, if someone's like genuinely
You
like,
think
I'm
I'm
a
funny?
really.
I'm funny, right?
If someone needs to come up to you and like one of the first things says, "I'm such a nice person,"
Yeah.
they're probably not a nice
That'd be
person.
so weird. Can you imagine someone actually coming up to be like, "Hi, I'm a nice person."
People say that. I hate when people say, "Yeah, I'm a nice guy." No, it's those traits where you can't decide. It's where people around you have to decide.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know. What did you say? You said I'm
I'm the non-PC
Yeah,
guy.
if you have to say that,
Well, I mean,
It's an
we've already
act.
all made the judgment. He's just making the clarification for the viewers. You know
I
what
don't know. I don't
Or the
do
listeners, whatever you're doing. Definitely recommend you listen to this.
that. This is an ultralight beam. This is an
So thank you for
ultralight
listening to the podcast.
beam.
No, you don't get to wrap it up.
what?
Can I wrap it up?
No.
You don't know how I
Who's
wrap it
gonna
up
wrap?
at all.
Who's gonna wrap it up?
No.
You ever listen to the part where I wrap it up?
Never make it that
It's
far.
very.
Never make that far.
Yeah, no, most people don't. It doesn't matter. SoundCloud gives me the listen. Also, YouTube gives me the listen as well.
What are the same? Yeah, 444 is a great album.
Oh my god, yo, you can't just talk about topics.
story
that are like
of
a year
OJ?
old. Oh my god, the story of
The
OJ.
story of OJ.
Well, they put that on Adults React on Teens on thing, like on Fine Bros, and it was all white people. So
Yeah,
when
no,
you
they're all
started
like-
saying
they were
like
all
the
like,
N word,
I'm
they're all
uncomfortable.
sitting up there like, I don't know how to respond to this.
Venom director on Spider-Man appearing in the film. Hey yo, y'all seen the
Venom looks really promising, but Sony made it. Every time they make a movie, it's just really ass.
That's facts. Yeah, we should talk about that. That's something that throwback to the first ever episode of this podcast. That's what we talked about. Was Sony and like all these guys in comic book movies and whatnot. Yeah. Are you guys, wait? Have you guys watched Deadpool 2?
Yo,
I still have to watch
graduation was a
Deadpool
sick
too. My
album.
mom saw it.
Go away. Have you guys watched Deadpool 2?
I have yet to
Yes?
see it.
Yes.
Don't spoil.
How
Don't
was
spoil.
it?
I'm actually gonna say it
How
today. I'm
was
actually gonna say it
That
today.
was amazing.
Give it a rating out of 10.
Yo, there are very few movies that I actually like.
Really?
I have-
Deadpool 2.
There are very few movies that I like consistently. That I have very little to no.
Because I heard a lot of mixed
qualms
reviews about
with.
Deadpool 2. People were like, it's not that good. It's not
Sorry,
as
God,
good
if
as
you
Deadpool
spoil
1,
it,
whatever,
if you
whatever.
spoil it.
I have very few.
Yeah,
qualms.
spoiler alert.
No.
If you're
Yo,
gonna
Mission
spoil
Impossible
it.
6 was the best. That was one of my top.
Yeah,
ones.
but apparently that got really good
It
reviews.
was amazing. Because Mission Impossible 5 was dull. I'm sorry I cut you off.
I haven't watched any of the Mission
4 and 6 were the.
Impossibles.
Oh, you need to watch is 4 and
Oh,
6.
you-
4 and 6, all you need to watch. The
Yeah,
rest,
Mission-
yeah.
I watched all of them up until 5, and then 5 kind of like lost
No.
my taste for it.
6,
know,
did you love
everybody-
Ghost Protocol?
I haven't watched 6 yet. So people were like, yo.
You don't need to. Just watch the ending. The guy comes back to life. That's how 6 starts.
Yeah,
So then you can watch 6.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, but that's the start of the movie. You're gonna find out either way, and then that's the whole. Then the plot goes.
See, that's why I wanted to watch it from the first one. I wanted to be surprised.
No, but like
I
it doesn't.
wanted to
You
be-
can
Did you guys
watch
see,
it. on anything.
like here's the thing. We'll get into this topic, I guess, because you ever notice how nowadays movies are all about the franchise and it's not really about the quality of the movie anymore?
See, that's why.
Avengers?
That's why I like Deadpool too. Because yeah, sure, you could say that it was like prolonging the franchise the way it ended, but at the same time, I feel like it was an authentically Deadpool movie.
Understandably so, yeah. But I mean, there's like movies like Fast and Furious, right?
Oh, that
Where
was
it's like
You know what? You know what?
Annoying. We're not gonna
this is
ride
gonna be a hot
again.
take. This is gonna be a hot take.
This is our last ride. Next movie. This is our last ride. No, guys, this is our last. Imagine someone calling you. You know, we almost died 2 times ago. This is our last time. I
Yo,
promise.
here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
You can only go. It's what I'm gonna start calling the Black Ops effect,
Yeah.
or the Call of Duty effect. You can only go so crazy.
Up till
They've
2.
had nuclear warfare. You know what's next? Space, and then you're done.
No.
That's it.
Then it's them flying planets around.
Yo, that's like a
That's
druggie.
space.
It's like a druggie going.
Yeah, but
one
that-
more time.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Like,
last one.
it gets to the point where it's like
Can I tell you something?
you can't hit that vein anymore.
I feel like okay, personally, Too Fast, Too Furious
Great movie.
was my modern warfare.
Tokyo
It's-
Drift.
it's
Tokyo Drift.
amazing.
Tokyo
Tokyo Drift.
Drift is good.
Tokyo
but
Drift
like
is good.
for me, okay, so for me the way the COD franchise works is Modern Warfare 2 was its peak.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Black Ops 1 was pretty good.
Black Ops 2 is pretty good too.
Black Ops 2 was pretty good.
Have you heard Black Ops 2 is coming out?
That's
Does
4.
That's 4. 2 plus
But it's not
2
Black
is
Ops 4 because in the timeline, right? It takes place in between Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3, even though it has no campaign.
It's
so that's
2.5.
interesting.
That's what
But
Fast and
no,
Furious
it's
did.
2 because it's Black Ops 2. So then that's why
Oh, it's Black
the
Ops
Roman
2.
numerals are not IV. It's
Oh.
I.
Yeah.
Yo, Fast
Black
and Furious
Ops
is out of
2.
order as well.
Yeah, with
Out
the
of order
Tokyo
and
Drift.
what-
Yeah, Tokyo Drift. Because Han is alive. Han dies there, but after that movie, Han is back. But it's
So it's Tokyo Drift's like one of the last
Mad
ones.
spoilers.
Anyways, the point is though.
it's 10 years old.
Anyways, the way
Yeah, bro, you never know.
the way it works is
I
like,
just watched The Godfather like a week ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Great movie.
So Modern
Spoilers.
Warfare 2 is
Pizza
like
de
here,
pasta.
like it's the peak for me, right? And then you have like remastered in Black Ops 1 and then Black Ops 2 like right next to it, right? So that's how it works. Like Too Fast, Too Furious right here, then you have like the first one, then you have like Tokyo Drift and
Yeah.
like the third one. Like they're right
I
they're
like
close.
7 just because of how meaningful it was.
Yeah.
But what happened was that
It's been
7
a
tried to like
long day
drag it into
Without
like
you, my
8?
friend.
yeah.
like 8's storyline was
It
so
was
broken.
stupid.
It was really
What happened to
But
8 again?
I'm never gonna be upset.
8 was like Vin Diesel's vendetta against Jason
Wait,
Statham.
how
He
did-
still won't die.
What? No, it wasn't that.
Yes,
no,
it
that was
was.
one. No.
Stop. 8 was that they took his son and his wife.
Yeah. Vin Diesel's vendetta against
No, Jason
whatever.
Statham's one before that.
It
The
wasn't.
yeah.
It wasn't.
Jason Statham is in every single one of those
Yeah,
movies. He's
it
a villain
wasn't.
every
It
time,
wasn't a
conveniently.
vendetta though, because vendetta means that it
I
was
don't know what vendetta means. I
voluntarily.
just used the word.
Okay, it wasn't a vendetta.
These two
'cause
people read
vendetta.
books.
Vendetta is voluntary. Like I'm doing this for me.
When
Oh,
He was
yeah.
doing it to save his family.
Yo, hasn't he saved his family enough times?
He.
It's just like one of those things.
He saved his son. I think his wife died.
Nah.
Wife. Yeah, the wife dies.
Yo, isn't that weird to name a newborn baby after your friend that died in a car
No.
crash? Like they named him Brian.
Yeah,
I
so
think that's weird.
no.
You
You're
shouldn't
not white.
like.
That's not weird. That's cool.
That's not. Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Paying homage.
Yeah,
Okay, would you ever like? Okay, off topic.
Or
Would
is
you ever like?
is it homage or is it homage?
homage. I say homage.
Oh, man,
It-
Eminem said homage.
It's my bad.
Homage?
What is it?
My bad.
No one got the joke.
'Cause Drake-
Ooh, that
yeah.
was tough.
I only love
When
my
no one
bed.
gets the joke at all, and it just goes complete silence, I'll give you this, just so you don't feel as bad. But you know,
So
You just hear the crickets. You just hear
Dude, that's the kind of stuff that I used to edit out, but I have to
You
keep
just gotta
it.
keep. It's atmosphere.
Ambiance. Is it ambience or ambiance?
No, we're not coming to this. Change the topic. We're not going to that. How is this word spelled? Oh, fun fact. That's on his laptop too. No matter how you pronounce it, it's always A.
anyways. God damn it, Harris.
Listen, you said you wanted to change topic. You haven't given me a good topic yet.
It's because Harris.
Do you think parents should beat their
It's-
kids?
Let's talk about it.
Seriously,
Seriously,
guys, I gotta go home.
To get beat by your
Okay.
mom?
Disclaimer.
Hey, we should order a pizza.
The opinion.
Foreshadowing.
Can we actually order a pizza? Can we order a pizza? I'm really hungry.
Yes, go. It's not gonna come up in the podcast. We can't
It
use that
isn't.
joke anymore.
It is.
It is.
He wanted to script a joke where the pizza man came in and
Can
we
I hold
opened
it
the
on
door
speaker
and I
on
was
the
like,
thing?
no,
No,
stop.
what?
We're talking.
That would
here.
be ugly. Why would you call them? Go online. This is what is this 2004?
Can you do it?
I'm not calling them.
I feel like you shouldn't beat your kids, but you should have 2 kids so that they can beat each other.
Why has no one ever said that? I feel like that's just something that no one's ever brought up.
That's so.
That
Okay,
was
'cause,
genius.
okay, I'm not gonna beat my kids. By no means am I gonna beat my kids, but I'm
Why not?
definitely taking
Why
their asses to my cousins' houses so my cousin's kid can beat my kids. Because like if
Did
you
Jason just find a way to like
if you
walk around a
have
crime?
if you have a 30, it's not.
I can't tell if
Yeah.
that's. There should be a law about
It's
that.
not
Yo,
a crime. It's not a crime.
Yo, Supreme Court, listen up. I know you're listening.
It's not about the crime. It's just like the imagery of like you're like a kid that's traumatizing. Have your parent beat you, right?
Okay, but to a certain extent,
But
like
if your cousin beats you, then it's just like because you need to learn.
Yo, you're still
authority.
getting beat up by someone
Yeah.
who you
Yeah, yeah.
either look up to or you
No,
you have
I'm
a
saying, like-
relationship with. I feel
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
the same effect on you as a kid.
No, I'm not saying like they're 20 years older than you. I'm saying like if someone's like a couple, like 4 or 5 years older than you, like okay, the relationship you have with a sibling is a different type of authoritative relationship than you have with your parent.
yeah, it's
Yes.
like your siblings when you guys fight, no one ever says sorry. It's like you wait a long time. You're like, so you want some food from the kitchen, and that's what you guys make up. That's
Right?
making up.
Like that. It's
Okay.
like with my siblings, like we just like when we're bored, we'd fist fight. Like that's what we do
Yeah,
when we were
same.
bored, right? And like you learn respect.
Okay.
Right, like when they put you in a chokehold and you're like tapping and like
Yeah.
they hold you for an extra second, you learn okay.
I love how Jason's making. a
Jason
conscious
chokes his little
decision.
brother. If
No,
you're-
he's making a conscious decision to not look at the camera, so he doesn't have to like be intimate with the viewers. In this case, he's like, I'm not gonna talk to them at all. I'm
No,
gonna talk
this is
straight
between
to you.
us.
Okay, you should- okay.
Because my things with you guys, like, because because then it clicks in your head like this, like I'm not gonna like you realize I'm not gonna mess with this person.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, but
so
that's
you learn authority in that way. Like that teaches you the sense that people I need to give respect, right? And then that lesson does transfer over to other people as well.
But like I'm talking about like if you're like a parent and your kid is just like your kid does something, right? You can talk about the extent like in your own thing,
Yeah.
but like you should like I'm saying like okay, I've seen like different cousins and obviously it depends on the parent
Yeah.
themselves too, but like them compared to like getting like hey no that's bad, like oh don't do that or like don't do that and they give them the eyes and like they know something's gonna happen, they're better out than like the more
Yo,
lenient
speaking on
parents.
kids, this is a topic
No.
that remember we
Okay,
wanted
but
to
I've
talk
also
about.
realized, okay,
No.
it depends on the strictness. If they're too strict, the kid will be fucked up. Strictest parents raise the best liars. I agree with that, but it's about like moderation. Like, okay, if the kid
Everything
get,
is in my. Hold on.
Yeah.
hold on,
Everything's
hold on.
about moderation.
okay, if the
Okay,
kid gets
hold
like expelled, like I'll slap my kid. But if it's like if he drop if he drops something, I'll be like,
Yo,
hey,
Harris talks in such extremes.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yo,
yo.
if my kid robs a bank, I'll kick him in the butt. But if
Yo.
he drops a lollipop, I'll slap
Yo.
him on the hand.
Yo, okay, so there's this guy, this media personality, and
okay, wait,
like, the,
okay,
on the
when I
realm
mean
of
hit my
hip-hop.
kids, I don't mean
Hold
like
on,
fist
relax.
fights.
Wait.
Okay.
In the realm of hip hop, there's a guy named Star, right? And the only reason why I ever became famous is because he would go on air and just say the most outlandish shit about anyone.
Yo,
Harris is making
No.
up to be that.
I'd,
Like everything has got
I'd
to
shove
be
an
extreme.
eggplant in a monkey's butt. Why
Yo,
not?
All we'll talk about is just like
You know?
Yeah, no. Okay, but here's the topic that I want to talk about because we talked about it before in our 3-hour conversation before the podcast, which I'm gonna start recording now because whatever, man, it's better content.
Jason was late.
Okay,
I'm always late.
you're always late, man. Come on.
Yeah, get used to it. It's my
known
brand.
by the listeners. It's another part of your
Honestly,
character.
don't beat your kids. Just wear a
Okay,
condom.
hold up.
I
So
love how
here's-
you're like,
here's
I
the
beat my
question.
kids. You're
Here's
Okay,
the
like,
what?
question.
Okay, not like beat like
Yo.
cap.
Listen, here's a question, right? Here's the topic that we're gonna talk about. We're gonna stay on this.
Yeah.
Should you give your kids a phone at a certain age? Now, we're gonna start in like a good order, and then we're gonna have like a nice cohesive unit.
That's
And
not gonna work.
Harris, you were gonna go off on this because Harris is gonna talk the longest. So start. Would you
I-
give?
I
what,
resent
at
that.
what age would you give your phone?
I resent
and why?
that.
In high
I could
school.
talk longer than Harris can.
Yeah,
I know.
he
I
can.
know.
He can talk longer.
But you understand the dynamics of the podcast. Harris doesn't.
Okay, you should give your phone after like during high school. I hate seeing kids with like who are like 6-year-olds
But why?
or like middle
But why?
school. Cause like they do dumb stuff. Okay, first of all, musically is
Question.
all filled
Question.
with
Question.
little
Yo,
kids.
yeah.
Hello.
Do you feel that if you were in the exact same situation, you would have done the same thing?
Yeah,
No,
Okay.
like
no,
if,
no.
Like,
if
I
I
knew
was, if I was in grade 8 and I had a phone, I would be Vine famous right now.
no,
I wouldn't be on music.
no, cause you you think you'd be funny. You're funny now, but when you look back, you're cringy.
Yeah, but I'm an
Well,
8-year-old
yo,
at the same time.
The same thing is gonna happen when he looks back 5 years later. He's gonna look back. And
Yeah.
Like, wow, what a cringe kid.
Okay, but that's
That's
different.
always gonna happen.
Okay, that's like
As an artist, you always outgrow yourself.
okay,
Yeah.
but that's different. Okay, that's like okay, he's talent. Okay, let's say he was like a musician. Like he's talented now and he'll get better. That's different from when he was 6 and just like banging on like a drum. He's not talented there, so that's cringy.
No, but even then, that's just okay. So here's my entire opinion on this because I was one of those kids that got a phone really early, and I'll take you like the timeline of what I've had. I had PS2 like when I was like 4, but that like a lot of kids that dug with those kind
Yeah.
of things at the time.
I had a car when I was 12.
And then move on. I was 8 years old when I got my first BlackBerry.
Okay.
Okay. I pretty much had access to the internet since I was 4 because my brother and I used to build computers, and that was like a thing. Okay, and we went on the computer and whatever. I was really into the internet. The only reason that I believe that I'm as smart as I am, or as smart as I think I am now, is because of the internet.
But why?
Because
you said you read a lot of books. That's from the books.
Well, no.
No, but here's
no.
books aside, because I know that I spent more time on the internet than I've spent reading books. Obviously.
The internet, because, okay.
The internet is like every single book
There is a
catalog.
difference between reading a physical book and reading online.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah.
But
it's
like the method of taking in information and processing it remains the same no matter the media.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
And it's like, and for example, some things I think I learn better when I read a book, and there's some things that I learn better when I watch a video.
Yeah, like,
Different
for
ways.
Sure. Like for some things, like I need to read a book
Yeah.
and then I understand it. Right?
Yeah.
For some things, I need to see a demonstration.
I
need to
self-taught
see it
myself
applied.
a lot of the stuff that I know, and I self-taught myself those things at a younger age.
Okay, but you got
Regardless of what I did, but see, I did those things at the same time. You can look back. Anybody can look back. Find my YouTube channel right now. Go
Yeah.
back to the first video. There's
Yo,
Minecraft
I had
videos right
Minecraft.
there. Minecraft
Yeah.
videos right there.
Yeah.
They're up.
Is
I
it
got
still
like
on there?
I got like
Yeah.
10 of them. You know, there's real commentary, everything. I look back because I learned, without even realizing it, I learned how to be a better commentator. That's why I started a podcast.
okay, but that's different context. The context I'm talking about is different. You guys are talking about like education or like, hey, I learned better this way. This keep me occupied.
So
Okay, the
it's
one
different. It's different context,
Okay.
but it's still something you need to take
Okay,
into
the things
consideration.
that
Yeah.
the things that really annoy me, or like the things that can happen, is like, okay, there's lots of like scammers on the internet. You obviously like, okay, but like the new trend, like
But then wouldn't you say, what, like, for example, with scammers, if the kid goes through it and you learn
Yeah.
by your mistakes, the kid goes through it, he sees it happen, and it actually happens to him. By the time that he's 11, he knows way more than adults who have been scammed.
Yeah,
but it
like
comes as a big consequence though.
when you're 8, you have
It's
$20
much better to
to
take
lose.
a consequence as a kid because there's people around you who care more about you.
Yeah,
than it
when
is
you're
about
when
an
you're
adult.
8, you got $5 to lose. When you're 23, you got hopefully you have a
Okay,
decent
but like
amount of money.
mom's credit card.
Whoa, if you're giving your kid,
But that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Mom's credit card, your mom would be like, "No worries, I'll take
No,
care of it.
yeah.
I'm your mom. Like I love you."
Not only
whatever happens."
that-
When you're 25, you're accountable. Now you're in serious.
Not only that-
your mom, whatever happens, she'll
This is early.
handle it.
Yeah.
She'll handle it.
she'll handle it. But like, not only that, like if you're giving your 8-year-old kid your credit card, you're gonna ask him what are you using it for, and he's
Yeah.
gonna say
No, if
"In
they just take it,
Nigerian
because like lots of times like kids
Whoa,
are buying like
wait,
fake
whoa,
V-Bucks
what?
and they're like,
That
this-
can happen. That
can happen,
It's,
but
it's
that's
extreme.
that's not the issue.
It's not extreme. It happens a lot.
No, okay, it happens a lot.
Like
But-
now
but let me-
Fortnite has to
okay,
say,
yeah.
you can only buy V-Bucks from here.
Not even that. Okay, that happens where kids take your parents'
Yes.
credit cards and buy whatever. That though is not related to giving them a phone too early, right? That is a whole nother conversation
Yeah.
with how lenient you are with your child. That is parenting, right?
Yeah.
If I give a kid a phone, right, you're gonna get two different outcomes with the kid who takes his parents' credit card and kid who doesn't take his parents' credit card.
Yeah.
So along with giving your kid a phone, it also comes with how strict are you? How
Yeah. Not only
in
that,
their life
add
are
on the
you?
fact that a lot of these companies have made it so easy for you to like limit a platform
Yeah.
to make it filtered for your kid. YouTube Kids is a thing.
But there's weird stuff on YouTube Kids, and YouTube doesn't filter that out.
Yeah,
Understandably
like I
so.
said, like you that's what I was saying. Like you can't just expect someone. That's the issue again. Like I know. Okay, so there have been kids who were raised by TV in the sense that like growing up they watched a lot of TV, but they had their parents with them.
Yeah.
And then there's kids who didn't have their parents with them watch TV. I was one of those kids who, I watched a decent amount of TV growing up, but my mom was right there next to me, and she was like, explain to me, because we watched the news. She'd be like, this is what's happening. This is what's going on.
Yeah.
Right? I know kids who just watched whatever they wanted to, and they turned out differently. In the end, it comes down to just parent involvement. Giving your kid a phone too early on, giving your kid access to the internet, giving your kid books even. If I give a kid a library card, and I don't look at what he's, signing out, he could just sign out Mein Kampf and start reading it and be like,
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like I hear a lot of adults going like, because people look at me and they're like, oh, like look at me reads.
Yeah.
Yo, I could have read some pretty crazy
Yeah.
stuff,
Right.
and I did. I read Plato's Philosophies when I was like 7.
yeah,
There's stuff in that I shouldn't have known as a kid.
no. So I mean, like,
it's totalitarian communism, like all these things, and then
we should share everything. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Communism always works.
yo, not gonna lie, I think teaching communism in elementary school is a really fascinating thing, because at that age you don't realize all the negative effects of it. I think it's something cool for them to either be privy to or to have a conversation about and try. Because I remember in my civics class,
Yeah.
everybody said that like people were into communism right away.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like one of like 3 kids who like I was like, no.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen what communism can do to things?
It's good on paper.
And it's interesting because it looks so good on paper.
Yeah, but it's
until you see it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same thing, and that's why capitalism looks so bad on paper.
Yeah,
but it works.
Yeah,
and people love it. And it's just interesting. Like that's the thing. Any kind of media, in general, there's gonna be ways to find the wrong things.
Do you have a USB-C charger?
No, I would have.
God
To.
damn.
Wait, you know what's funny? I think I actually do.
Can you please check?
I can if you're after the episode. We're almost done.
Okay.
Yeah,
It just be
2%
it just be weird if they got a phone. Like okay, they're gonna be up all night.
Would
okay,
I
sound like really old. Plus like
No.
like so much like porn they could watch. It's like it's not good.
But at the same time,
Like I know if I got a phone, as
both
a
sides
kid,
of
I
a
would-
coin,
yeah.
right?
Both sides, like,
the
okay,
analogy
you-
that I always make is you're flipping the greatest coin of parenting. You're flipping the coin of heads. You're gonna get some pretty smart ass kids because they're gonna know their stuff. And tails, you're gonna get. But the thing is,
So-
it's quantum. You know what I mean? They're gonna have both. Like you're gonna have both sides.
Yeah.
Like, what it comes down to is like, yeah, you can have kids doing that, but if you raise them right, they won't, or they will, but they won't do it as much.
Yeah, of course. And like the values that you instill in your kids, like for example, if you instill in your kid, making money is really important.
Yeah.
As a kid, you see your family's always hustling, something like that. When they go on YouTube and they see, hey, making money, click,
They're
they're
gonna
gonna
click
see a
that.
bunch of videos
Yeah.
making money. So like they'll get into that
How,
kind of
how
thing.
to how to get free V-Bucks, make
Yeah.
how to get free
Money.
right? If you teach your kid that like there's more to life than just looking at your phone. If you teach your kid like you need to go outside, you need to experience the world, he might get into travel. He might get into photography. He
The
might
best way
learn.
to like see this in real life is music. Now we all have
Yeah.
older siblings. Yeah, you have older siblings.
No, yeah.
Yeah, more. Or
You have
less.
an old?
Yeah, I do, I do.
So you look at your older sibling, and if you think back, hey, they used to blast some music, right? Yeah, obviously they were older,
Yeah.
teenagers, but blasting music. Now, if you hear that song, you like it so much because
Yeah.
like whoa,
Memories.
You don't even realize that it's familiar, but it's just great.
Yeah.
Like there's one song, oh my, it's like called No Games or something. You know the song that goes like yeah.
Yeah.
That song, I just heard it at Pop. I was like, why is that song so good? And so I searched it up, found it, and then I went to my sister. I was like, did you play this a lot?
Yeah.
And she played this like all the time.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
I have vivid memories
It's
of
about
my.
what you remember as a kid that you're just gonna be into all the
I have
time.
vivid memories of my cousins blasting Sean Kingston and Beautiful Girls on repeat, and just
Sean Kingston.
It was a beautiful girls. Oh, wrong one.
Yeah,
That was beautiful
That's
girls.
why
Yo, our
I
siblings like tell her who we
never-
are, cause like we like they might.
it's not just your siblings; it's the entire environment. They're a
it's your
piece
vibe.
of it.
Your what is it? Upbringing,
Your upbringing.
people around you.
Cause like all my siblings listening was Eminem, and that's like always
Same.
listening was
And-
crack a bottle. All I heard was crack a bottle, let your body waddle, and then the
I think-
other part.
Like what it comes down to is
Yo,
like,
did y'all hear like Candy Shop as a kid?
yeah,
Ever
I
s-
did.
yeah.
Oh,
I
candy
heard-
shop.
Yo, my parents
Like,
Like
I
my
just revisited that song like a
lollipop.
year ago, and I was like, yo, I
as
used
a
to be.
kid.
Yo, another song, Smack That. I used to sing that
Yeah.
when I was like 6 years
Yeah.
old. Go, you're
Yeah.
Smack That. All on the
Wait,
floor.
what's the
I
other
was
song where it's
To be
like?
honest, I thought it was about plates. As a kid, I thought it was about
What did I
some
think?
kid
Oh no, I
Don't give your phone. Don't
Smacking-
give your kid phones.
smacking
Your kid-
plates onto the. I didn't do it.
yo, I
I'm like, why
thought
is
it
this
was
guy
like Patagon.
Wait, how does that go
I'm
around?
like, why is this guy
Smack it.
smacking dishes on the floor? But I was like, yo, it bangs.
Because
Wait, what's the thing? It's like you could take a ride on my disco stick. What's that song?
No,
what song is that?
It's like
I did not listen.
no. Oh, you know what I'm gonna pray my kids.
This is why you shouldn't give Harris
No.
kids. You should give. That's the moral of the
Harris.
story.
I'm
That's
great
the
with.
one
I'm
story.
good with kids. Like kids
No.
love me. Okay, as babysitting.
No,
Okay, but look, I'm
kids
always.
love me. Gets arrested.
Okay, listen. So I'm. You know, parents say, "Oh, don't do this, don't steal, don't do that." I'm not gonna tell them don't steal. I'm not gonna tell
Wait,
them.
what?
Listen. I'm not gonna be like, don't do this. I'm gonna tell you if you do this, you will go to jail. And I'm not gonna tell them, oh, you're gonna go to jail. I'm gonna tell them what happens to you. I'm gonna. My son's gonna be 6. I'm
Yo,
son.
Harris is the definition.
I'm gonna
of
say, son, if you, I'm
context.
looking at the
Like,
camera
you
and say,
really need
son,
context to
if you
understand.
steal this chocolate bar, you're gonna go to jail. You know what happens in jail? You know, you're gonna get raped. Like you gotta, you're a
Why
chick.
is the-
They're gonna,
Yo,
they're gonna,
Oh man,
they're
I'm
gonna
gonna teach my
Yo,
kid.
they're gonna
give
clap your
your
booty
kid-
cheeks.
Give your kid a phone.
No.
Don't start teaching him
No.
about that.
I'm gonna tell him what happens in
no,
jail. He's not gonna
no.
do it.
Oh
If,
my
if
God.
I'm gonna teach my kid,
then you have to
I'm gonna teach
explain
my
what
kid, I'm like,
raping is.
listen, if you're gonna steal a chocolate bar, you better not get caught.
If he's a chocolate bar, steal one for me too. That's the dad he is.
I'm gonna tell him.
That's the
I'm
kind of
gonna
thing
tell
you're
him. I'm like, yo, listen, I stole chocolate from the dollar store. I didn't get caught. If you're gonna steal, don't get caught. Grab you one too.
Yo, y'all are the worst influence, man.
Kids learn by lessons.
Okay, we're pretty far in.
Yo, my dad's calling. Can I get that charger?
Sure, dude.
Okay, wait.
Real quick, I guess we'll just I'll play your song right now,
Okay.
and then yeah. So actually, I'll just play one of my songs first. So that's pretty much gonna wrap it up. As always, wait, shoot. I gotta wait before we do wrap it up. We gotta open up my instant buttons. Keep talking, Harris. Go.
HARIS.KHAN. Follow me on Instagram.
The first thing this guy
Usually we
does.
always
Why?
say-
I'm
okay,
plugging it in. I
shouting
can
That's
plug
why you
it
shouldn't give your
in.
kids. Anyway,
Yeah,
as
that's why you
always,
can get Harris the phone.
wait, that's not loud enough. Come on, man. Where's
Yep.
my New Music Sunday. As always, we will always give you guys some new music every Sunday.
Wow.
So by the time that this
Every
goes
single
out, this will
Sunday.
probably pretty old. So I am going to play one of the songs from Eminem's new album. Wait, no, actually, okay. I know I originally agreed that I wouldn't usually play my own music, and this doesn't count as my own music. Okay, I was featured on this song.
Yo, having kids is weird. Like kids point out stuff
Can
like
you?
when they're blind or have no arm, they're like, "Dad, look," and you're like, "No." Or when
What?
kids
You do
imitate-
this?
when
When
kids
they're
imitate.
blind and have no arms.
No, when
what
the
kids
other
are you?
people, the other people, let's say they're missing an arm
Harris?
or something, the kids are like, "Whoa."
Yeah, you
Or,
do that
we-
regardless.
still do
it's
that.
really bad.
We still do
Because
that.
if you see a special needs kid, the little kids are like, "Ha," and then you're like, "No," and you tell the other parent, you're like, "Sorry." That's gonna happen a lot. I used to do that as a kid. I would stare at you.
Imagine meeting.
Not like if
Harris's
he was
friends.
I would just stare in general. I would just stare at you, and
Yo,
especially.
I wonder what happens in here. It's just funny sometimes.
Yo, I got beat a lot. And I'm joking. If you're trying to take my family, don't. I'm turning 18. It's okay. Can they still take my family, or take me away?
How does that work?
Well,
Can you just play your song?
I'm trying to.
you know I
set
can
it
get
up so
deported
straight.
even though I'm a citizen because I wasn't born here. Man,
Yeah,
how
go
are
back
we
to your
gonna
country.
do insurance
Go
fraud?
back to your country.
Yo, you Muslim?
Go back to your
You
country.
Yo, I've been saying that in Toronto. People were looking at me. I'm like, no, it's cool. I'm Muslim. It's cool. It's cool. I'm like, these fucking Muslims. And I'm like, no, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Yo,
Yo,
these
Jason smells
days-
really bad.
Yeah.
What smells? Thanks for breathing in directly.
Okay,
Okay, so
yeah, I've
this
been
song-
coughing in the mic.
Yo, this song, New Music Sunday. Shout out to Michael, aka his rapper name Phantom. This
Is that his
first
cod
song.
name? Okay.
This is his first song. I was featured on it. This song is called Late Start. It's by Phantom. You can search it up on SoundCloud, or you can hit his bio up on Instagram. I'm gonna let this play. Yeah.
Okay. Speak the truth and speak it well. To speak the truth is something we no longer tell. We stay promoting the lies, niggas. Open your eyes, they ain't one of you. Niggas, they just wolves in disguise. No matter how much they say that they empathize, they can never explain why niggas stay gentrified. They can never explain why problem niggas is amplified. Like you hate niggas using the hammer fine. And when white people use it just like the hammer blind, else they dance around it like it's hammer time. Acting like white people can't be killers. They're so quick to blame it on mental illness. Like bullying had hurt his feelings. On his fault that he grabbed the stealing, executed a mass killing. Vast reason my ass, Billy. Ain't no justifying a mass killing. Actually, no, y'all niggas pose. Forgot that you already did this before. Like Columbus Day, the day we celebrate the killings of many late native people. But now I see that y'all just straight evil, preying on our people. Isn't it ironic how the wicked lay in steeples? With power comes corruption, that's why we ain't got no lead roles. Ain't nobody here for our children to call heroes, nigga.
In the beginning was an issue until I made it official. I'm sick and tired, you hate it's not a boss, will never miss you. In the game of race, the feeling is never mutual. And in the game of life, the whites will always finish you. Black, Muslim, Jewish, it's all the same. And y'all all lives matter or reach for new fame. I don't believe in your excuse, that's lame. Bunch of us minorities starting to walk with shame. From Africa where we came, don't forget your past. This little discrimination is never gonna last. We got people in power, education passed. Obama was the first, but he'll never be the last. Y'all need to wake up and start opening minds. It's not our job as musicians all the time. We gotta pass the torch and stop resorting to rhymes. We gotta build a fort cause we riding a fine line. Defying the rules, prime and prying on fake lives. They trying to take my voice and make me not alive. Not death but worse. forcing me to never try. I won't get high, I'm just a regular guy. My old goal is just to make a record and die. And now the game changed, y'all wanting me looking fly. You know the second we leave, you're all losing revenue. We got no more respect, even for the best of you. All this amazing art is something that you can never do. And now depression and feelings, y'all say it's never true. When's the last time y'all felt the pain we always do? Walking down the street not knowing what be next for you. That was Late Start by Phantom featuring
Who's
IJM.
that? Who's that? God, the end.
Oh, did someone feature their own music?
Hello?
Hey,
Oh,
listen.
wait, cut us out.
It's the easiest way to like not get copyrighted. Just play your own music.
Okay, but they can't copyright it on SoundCloud.
Yeah, they can. Okay.
They can?
I
Yeah,
called
they
it. Yeah, they can.
Anyway,
I
you got a
called
song?
dibs on the next one. Just because I gotta go.
What do you mean
So-
dibs?
Like now.
I call dibs when I'm in London. Yeah, you bring your stuff to me. My
What?
people will talk to your people.
What is happening?
Shotgun.
Next podcast coming soon. It's released
Anyway.
right now.
I wanted to play. This song is called Favorite Colors by
Oh, we're playing music?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was like that's the music.
Oh
Like that's
my
it.
God.
No, I'm playing my song is Favorite
Yeah, you're
Colors.
still on the air, Harris. You
Oh.
can't like.
FAVORITE.
Oh, you
Because they're
spelled it like an
American.
American.
Because they're American, and it's by
You're American too.
it's by Taylor.
Yeah, but like, I have dual citizenship. I can pick and choose.
This
You spelled it stupid. I mean, you spelled it American.
Favorite colors by Animal Collective.
no by Taylor Bennett and Kyle. Colors is ORS.
Where is this gonna be found?
Spotify.
I don't got Spotify.
You on
buddy.
Spotify?
What?
You got another song?
Do you got it on YouTube?
Then ad plays.
I could probably try to get. Yeah, if an ad plays on YouTube.
Forgot this. Just cut it out. Just cut it out.
Well, okay. You know what happened? So the other day I found out.
Is it loading up? I can't tell.
I'm loading it up
Okay.
right now. Basically, what happened was I've kind of learned how to not get copyrighted
Yeah.
when you play a song,
You just
even
don't
if it's
copy it.
copyrighted.
Oh, you play faster or slower?
No, you change the semitones.
Mhm.
So in a way, yes, you just kind of pitch it down by like 0.001. Doesn't change the music at all.
Yeah.
But what happens is favorite colors. You said right.
Yeah.
Basically, what it does is it just like takes away the copyright because now their algorithms can't find you.
Yeah.
And unless like your podcast is super huge, which mine isn't, you have to get like 1 million listens to get their attention. But yeah, this is Favorite Colors featuring Kyle.
Yeah, it's by Taylor Bennett, Chance's little brother.
You really like Taylor Bennett.
Yo. No, you know
You
what
like
it
him
is?
more than Chance.
There's certain songs that are just like super vibey.
Give
And I mean a
Favorite
lot of
colors
people
it
featuring
a
Kyle.
chance.
a lot of people know Chance, that's why. A lot of people know what it's all about.
Who's Chance, huh?
Waking up, cigarette smoke, then it's back to these hopes of me packing out crowds. Used to keep head in the clouds, reaching for stars as I break down some loud. Then moving so slow like I really need more, but them thoughts that I seek not allowed. Like how I could reach you, performing so foreign to me while I'm swarmed in this crowd. I need them VMAs, it's in my DNA. I ain't no deity, but I still contemplate, complicate, conversate me on that BET, MTV. What that shit meant for me, more than just rent for me. Symphonies, more than just energy. That's no epiphany. Reach by this piff of weed. I'm talking destiny. Demons that wrestle me, fucking the recipe. Labels collection me. I'm talking destiny.
Now the lights down the house like I thought before. Feeling like I can't ignore this, like you know it's bad. Show me your favorite colors.
I wasn't much of a mathlete, even less of an athlete. Wait, actually, I'll take it back. I was busting ass at the track meet, going and going and going and going, just running from all of my problems, with zero intentions of stopping. Yup, until they got too big to solve them. I got a thing for waiting to make a decision until I'm fresh out of options. Come in, God, do you copy? I'm having these episodes hoping that somebody's watching, but I always felt awesome. I always knew nothing could stop me, even when dinner was ramen, ramen, or ramen. I always knew nothing could top me. I'm good.
I can go before. Now the lights down the house like I thought before. Feeling like I can't ignore this, like you know it's bad. Show me your favorite colors.
That was Favorite Colors by Taylor Bennett, Chance the Rapper's brother, featuring
Or not.
Kyle. We don't really got much time. Kind of want to wrap it up. So, as always, Harris, where can they find you?
They can find me on the streets.
I'll be working the
streets of
corner,
Francis.
Queen Street and Kennedy.
Y'all got no. I can't say that. I was gonna say y'all got no. We don't say that. You can find me in London.
You're supposed to put your Instagram.
But I
man.
plug. Okay,
Oh my
HAR. I
God.
plugged myself before. I can double plug. Is that legal?
Yes.
HARIS
anything that you
dot
want to.
KHN and go to Mona Salon Spa for haircuts and like
Did you
massage
just
therapy and everything.
advertise your mom's salon.
Hell yeah.
You just say you can plug whatever you want.
Jason, where can they find you?
Listen,
wait. Hold on, go. Hold on, go.
this is.
Hold
I've been
on.
here so many times.
Hold on.
What are you doing?
I don't know what he's
Hold
doing.
on. I
If
gotta.
you're about to show us something on your phone,
No, hold on.
Follow
Hold
me
on.
at
Ask me where they
Jason
can find me.
Ryan.
Ask me where they can find me. 66.
He's about to give out
it's
your.
so weird.
He's about to give out your address.
Oh no.
66.
Jason, where can they find you?
On my Instagram,
Say the
at JasonRye00 on everything. That's JASONRAI00. I'm
Shut
done,
up.
man. Can we end this
You
already?
can find me on Instagram at Imaad.jm or on Twitter at ImaadJM. Once again, be sure to follow us on all social medias. We're ArtistBlockPod on everything.
Why is
If
it-
you want to request a topic or if you want to come up here, you can shoot us an email. artistblockpod@gmail.com is going to be the way to go. Would you ask?
Why isn't it Imaad.jpg?
That's my photography account that I was
Oh,
trying not to.
Oh, someone's
Ooh.
scooting.
That
Whoa.
I was trying not to advertise. Anyway.
Oh wait,
and
yeah, you have a photography account. I
Oh
remember.
yeah, where you take pictures on
Be
IG.
sure to subscribe to us on Google Play Music, iTunes, YouTube, and SoundCloud. For any listeners and viewers that are confused, SoundCloud and audio versions
This
come
is
out
better
every
this way.
Sunday at 2 p.m.
Oh,
and the
this is
video
better.
versions will come out every Monday at 8
That's
p.m.
a lot
Good old prime time. But that's pretty much going to wrap it up for episode 26. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.